Hello everybody. Well, it's Thursday and time to do another little short review. Um, More of a first impression than a short review of a product I just got in. I just ordered the FreeMax Starre sub-ohm tank. Got it in today. Got it from Sweet Vapes, where I get all my stuff. Comes in this white box. So let's break her open and see what's in here. Comes in this bag. Nothing in the box. Been buying quite a few sub-ohm tanks and was ready to dive down into a new one. Looks like there's a little damage here to the top, probably in shipping, but there it is. But seems to be packed pretty nice. Showing the specifications on it, it's from 20 to 100 watts, and it has a 0.25 and a 0.5 coil in it. Comes with the tank. It's got a 5 mil capacity on tank. Comes with an extra glass tube, and of course the 2 coils. And I think what I'm going to load today, because I've really only been running the 0.5 coils and everything that I do, I'm going to try the 0.25 out on the old iStick 50. That's still holding out. I just don't know how much longer. I tried to charge it again the other night, and I literally had to fight with the cord and trying to adjust it for, I know, 15 to 20 minutes. So it's like I said, I'm gonna drive it until the wheels fall off, but it sure is getting agitating trying to charge this thing. I'm looking now to replace and get into a little bit better mod. I'd almost ordered the Smoke M80 today, but and I was kind of sold on it, but I've seen a lot of reviews, and even the one that's updated and the newest version, it just seems like there's too many problems coming out of that. So I'm just going to steer away from it. Really been wanting the Vapor Shark, the RDNA 40, and even though it's a little pricey, I'm going to probably the next couple weeks, I'm just going to go ahead and get it. Kind of would like something anyway that I can replace my own battery on, and not have them internal. Just like the Smoke M80, it's the same way. The batteries are internal, so I just kind of like to have my own option with it. But that'll be at a later date. But anyway, back to this. So here's the tank. Nice tank, pretty tall. I believe it's a 22 millimeter tank. Got a big, nice, wide drip tip on there. Feels pretty good. It's got real big airflow on it. And I've seen my reviews on this one, and the little knurling in here feels alright. It's not too sharp. It's got a good, you can hear the click. So, yep, you can have it wide open, or I believe there's 6 settings total of how you can have it. Like I said, nice 5 mil capacity, so this will be the largest capacity tank I've got so far out of all the sub-ohm tanks. Coughing. So, the only thing I've heard out of these so far is prepping and um, as long as you would let the coil set when you get it, prepped, is that your first few hits off of it are still, they're either fairly nasty tasting or just, it takes it a minute to break it in. Really haven't had that problem out of any of the tanks that I've purchased here in the, past, but I guess there's always a first. Let's go ahead and see what else is in this. So, of course, on the back side, you've got your tank and your extra coil. Which they're probably going to make almost impossible to get out. Got a good size coil here. I'm actually not even going to take that out of the plastic yet, but as you can see, it's pretty good size. It's a dual coil wrap. Looks like there's quite a bit of cotton packed down there with it, so. And from some of the videos I've seen on this, anywhere between 50 to 70 watts, this thing really chunks some pretty good clouds, so I'm getting kind of excited to give this one a run. I'm not dealing with much light in here today. It's kind of cloudy outside. So anyway, this is what you get inside. Nice little instruction manual. Just the basics. They're saying it's medical cotton inside, with whatever medical cotton is. But yeah, nice little brochure for, maybe somebody that is in the beginning stages of all this and need to look at it. So, let's go ahead and get the tank opened up. Another thing I've heard about these, and I've just felt it by just doing this, by unscrewing it, they say that the threading is a little nasty on it when you're closing it up, and just by opening it, I could just feel it kind of grinded a little bit, so there might be just a little bit of a break-in period on that. There's the inside. The way you fill this, they say that it's been fixed somewhat to make it a little easier. I hear before it was a little tough to fill these tanks, but I have a Delta 2 and I don't think there's any tank out there, even though the Delta 2 is not hard for me to fill, but out of all the tanks I would have to put juice in, that by far I'd have to say would be, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, it would probably be about an 8. So I'm going to take the coil out of here and let you see in there. So, like I said, it seems to be a pretty nice, and there's the coil. Camera focus. So, not the biggest coil. I have to say that my Delta 2's actually got the biggest of my pre-mades. I guess I am going to have to open. They have the 0.5 in here already. So I'm going to put that up and break out this 0.2. I'm really kind of excited to see how that one's going to run. So yeah, this is the 0.25 coil. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing saturated. I got some new juice in today, a little witch's milk from No Leaf Vapor. Like I said, I get all my juice from there. This will be a new one. I haven't tried this. It's a strawberry flavor, strawberry custard. So I'm going to get this coil saturated. And for as much as I've been dealing with this stuff now, I can maybe understand why people's first hits are probably maybe not the best tasting. There is a lot of cotton packed in this right here. I mean a lot more than I've seen in any other of the coils. And I'm sure that this really needs some time to get soaked in there. Your top layer is getting it, but on the inside, I'm certain it's taking probably just a little bit to really get a good soak. So what I might have to do is let this one sit a while. I might just have to do another video a little later on and, let you know how it's going. Because I don't want any crazy taste coming out of this. Of course, I prime everything I can, so even on the sides, it appears that this has 4 little intakes around the coil. So, trying to get it good and saturated. I'm going to go ahead and get my tank filled. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. Like I said, I've seen a whole lot worse of trying to fill things. And this juice is pretty dark. So there's my juice in there. It's about where you want it at. Got some space left up at the top, but that seems to be the case with all these tanks. So, yeah, I'm feeling that's not a, kind of a rough little feeling there. Oh well, hopefully over time that'll kind of, I've never had one to give me that kind of grief closing right off. Even though I think that I've got the Milo tank and the threading on it was just a little sketchy itself. Of course, as always, I'm gonna run this on the 50. Try to prime it a little bit. That's got a lot of airflow going through it. If you want a little tank comparison size,